Okay, so here we are. I watched that freaking reveal for Okami 2. I don't know what they're gonna call it. Okami the sequel or whatever. And yes, I was one of those people. I screamed. I like teared up a little bit. It was a lot. I gave a standing ovation to that to that reveal. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot. Like my save data got corrupted somehow and I had to delete it. So that's why I had to create a new one. But oh my god, I was one of those people. I screamed, I clapped, I gave a standing ovation to a fucking game trailer. Like when Sora got announced for Smash and like everyone started screaming and like crying like no way, no way. That was me and like a lot of other people. And a lot of other people, I was screaming, I was like tearing up and stuff. I was clapping. So now, like, I wanted to do this as like a birthday special because I love this game. This is probably like my like top game, like of all time. This game will always be like that one game, that you're just like, oh, you love it to bits, Because like I played the original like on PS2 when I was like a kid. Like when did it come out? 2006. I don't know how old was I in 2006, whatever. I was either in middle school or I think I was in middle school at least when I played this game. I vaguely remember being in middle school age, somewhere around that. I don't know, like maybe because I was a kid when I played it, when I was younger, it kind of got my interest. Like this was the thing that like the catalyst. This game was the catalyst for my interest in like mythology and like all that other stuff, like Japanese culture, sure, but like I think mainly mythology because like I would play this game and like I would Google, like Wikipedia articles on like, oh, Amaterasu, and I'm like, oh my god, she's the actual sun. Like now that makes sense, like kind of like that. Like, oh, it makes sense that you can, draw the sun and stuff like that. And then I realized eventually, like as time went on, like, oh my god, the brush gods were like based off the, the zodiac and stuff. But it's like one of those games, childhood favorite. And now that the sequel has been announced, I have to. I'm like obligated now. I'm obligated to play it now because I don't know when it's gonna come out. I don't know when it's gonna come out, but hopefully maybe we can get this done before. This game is long. Like this game is good. Some people complain that it's like slow, and I kind of agree that some parts are a little bit slow because like there's a lot of dialogue, and it's long. It's fairly lengthy. Like I remember this thing being, and you know what the bigger kicker is that they had at the very end of the game, they like tell you the whole, like all your stats, like how long it took you to beat the game. Okay, are there any other help options? And there's like this camera control filter. If we go light on the filter, I feel like maybe the filter makes things a little bit blurry. Turn vibration on. Original settings. Like what kind of aspect minigames. There's loading screen minigames? What? I did not know. We'll turn the minigame. I think there was like, oh yeah, I know. I don't think it's a mini game, but I do know when you press the button, you can make paw prints on the loading screen and stuff. We'll go light filter because I do know the original. It has that like brush aesthetic, but I do know it looks kind of blurry. I don't know if that's just the filter or I don't know what kind of filter they put on it, but we'll go light filter. Okay, we did it. Oh, now here it comes. Okami. They have to keep that. They have to keep that. It's iconic as fuck. Oh, this loading screen, I couldn't do anything. I do think the way that they talk in this game is kind of funny. It kind of reminds me of, not really Simlish, but kind of Simlish. Long, long ago, a tiny hamlet known as Kamiki lay nestled in a grove of proud and beautiful cherry blossoms. each and every tree around the quiet burg was honored as a god. However, the village was not without its dark secrets. To satiate the appetite of Orochi, a fearsome cave-dwelling beast, a young maiden was offered as a sacrifice at the annual festival. I mean, okay, so you go to this village and everything, but like, I mean, maybe it's because all these young maidens were offered as sacrifice that I'm like, there's not a lot of, I don't think there were a lot of kids there, but it is also a tiny village. With a body like a mountain and 8 heads mounted on necks on the size of tree trunks, its blood-red eyes alone were said to curse anyone who gazed into them. No one dared disobey the horrific beast. But I have to say, the music be slapping. That Orochi fight theme, both of them, slaps. When the night of the sacrifice drew near, a mysterious white wolf appeared outside the village. This wolf, its coat as brilliant as snow, was dubbed Shiranui. The wolf kept a watchful eye on anyone who ventured outside the village and made a habit of patrolling the streets at night. You know what the one crime is? Maybe I'll wait until we actually start playing. People assume the wolf to be a familiar of Orochi. One villager took it upon himself to face the fearsome Shiranui. The warrior Nagi attempted many times to challenge the wolf, but his attempts were thwarted by Shiranui's swift movements. And maybe he needed a tinier sword. Before long, the night of the accursed festival had arrived. A white-plumed arrow heralded the coming sacrifice. Piercing the sky, the arrow snuck its shaft squarely into the home of Nami, the village's most beautiful maiden. Nagi, harboring a secret love for Nami, was enraged by this sign. Determined to put an end to Orochi once and for all, Nagi traveled to the beast's cave in place of his beloved. The Moon Cave, a place as dark as evil itself, served as Orochi's home. As Nagi stood bravely before the entrance, a beast appeared, eyes glowing crimson upon 8 thrashing necks. Orochi stood tall before him, anxious for another sacrifice. Nagi leapt with incredible grace, swinging his blade valiantly. On and on he sliced, well into the moonless night. But Orochi's hide was like steel, the blade left nary a scratch. At long last, Nagi, his energy spent from the intense battle, dropped to his knees, fatigued and gasping for breath. He knew he was staring death in the face. It was then that the wolf appeared. As if to protect Nagi, it stood its ground before Orochi. In the darkness of the cave, the wolf's coat shone brilliantly. Alas, it was Shiranui, the white wolf that dwelled outside the village. Bearing its fearsome claws, Shiranui leapt towards Orochi. Orochi reared its terrifying heads, readying its fangs for battle. The two beasts struggled wildly, thrashing in the darkness. Mysterious and terrifying, the spectacle continued. Shiranui summoned gusts of divine wind to counter Orochi's flames. As Orochi closed in on Shiranui's sharpened claws glistening, a gigantic tree suddenly sprouted forth, shielding the wolf. Shiranui fought gallantly to gain the upper hand. However, Orochi this punctuation, I need to learn punctuation. Orochi, protected by a mystical power, was not easily bested. Shiranui, covered in gashes, majestic coat dyed crimson, stood exhausted before the mighty Orochi. Orochi saw a chance to strike what would be the final blow, but Shiranui refused to give in. With its last ounce of strength, the majestic wolf gazed heavenward and unleashed a mighty howl. Suddenly, the black clouds overhead dissipated. The light from above glinted off Nagi's sword as a beacon of hope. Guided by his sword, Nagi, who had been taking shelter in the shadows, stood proudly to face his adversary. Channeling all his strength into his scarred and battered arms, he leapt ferociously towards Orochi, his sword poised high. The golden sword danced in his hands like a puppet on a string. One by one, Orochi's fearsome heads separated from their owner. Orochi's broken body collapsed in a lake of its own blood. In that instant, the curse that plagued the villagers was lifted. As the battle subsided, the sun shone once again in the sky. Shiranui had succumbed to Orochi's poison and struggled to breathe. Nagi scooped the beast into his arms and returned to Kamiki. When they reached the village, Shiranui was no longer moving. The village elder gently stroked the wolf's head. In response, Shiranui let out a hoarse and pitiful bark, then closed its eyes and drifted off as if into slumber. Peace had at last returned to Kamiki village. In honor of Shiranui's heroic exploits, the villagers erected a shrine and placed a statue of the wolf within it. Nagi's sword was christened Tsukuyomi and placed inside the moon cave. The villagers all looked forward to an age of endless peace. However, this is not the end of the story. There is more to this tale than most people know. 100 years had passed since Nagi and Shiranui's heroic exploits. It happened so quickly that no one in the village even took notice. Is this the legendary sword? Is this Tsukuyomi, the sword that banished the dreaded Orochi? No, it couldn't be. It's just a legend, nothing but a fairy tale. Oh, he who seeks power, he who has broken my bonds, speak the words, I wish darkness unto the world. Utter that prayer unto me and unleash my power. You know what I just realized? I was like, oh, Nagi and Nami. I think it's supposed to be Izanagi and Izanami. Maybe I realized it earlier, but now I'm like, oh yeah. A horrible tragedy suddenly swept over the land. However, there was one village that seemed to escape the terrible curse. The tiny settlement of Kamiki village enjoyed the protection of a sacred tree. It is here that the real story begins. Wood sprite Sakuya. How troublesome. This is just like the ancient prophecy of doom. What has transpired to bring about such calamity? We must act quickly. There is no time to lose. My power has diminished over the years I've spent protecting this area. I don't have much time left in this world. Amaterasu, now is the time. We have never needed your power more. Shine your divine light upon this broken and polluted world. Let your heavenly rays become our hope as you guide us all. Okami Amaterasu. Ah, such divine white light, such beauty and grace. The only one capable of such a wondrous spectacle is none other than our mother and the origin of all that is, Amaterasu. How delightful to see that the savior whose brave sacrifice sealed away the evil demon so many years ago has not changed one bit. It's just the text coming in really slow. Seeing you emerge after so many years spent as a statue brings happiness to my heart. Like, ma'am, do you see this big swirling darkness tornado? Amaterasu, gaze above you and take in the condition of the sky. Since your untimely departure from our midst, the world has succumbed to devious and vicious beasts. They have ravaged our fine and bountiful country of Nippon. But never have the circumstances been worse than they are at this very moment. Please use your powers to banish the darkness and punish those who would do us harm. What is this? Is something stolen its way into my robe? Now what on earth? You again? Ow! Are you nuts? Boy, for a little thing, you sure make a big fuss. I was just trying to make the conversation a bit more interesting, that's all. Were you napping in my clothes again, Bug? Bug? I told you 1,000 times not to call me that. I'm a wandering artist. The name's Isun. Wandering artist Isun. I'll show you just how great I am, and it won't be long till you're bowing before my great brush. You know what? It's a good drawing. Well, what do you think? Even cuter than the real thing, no? What's with you, Furball? You look kinda down in the dumps. Actually, you look kinda familiar. Got it. You look just like that statue of Shiranui. Whoa, what do you think you're doing? Are you crazy? A handsome guy like me should never be covered in wolf slobber. You'll regret messing with the great Isun. Don't make me use my prized sword Denkomaru against you. Now what's that growling sound? And why is it so dark anyway? Oh great god Amaterasu. I've used all the power I have to protect Kamiki Village. The village lives on, their spirits lie encased in my fruit. Cut it free and the village will be reborn. I trust in you. I know that you will lead us down the right path. Only your awesome power, that's so funny. Your awesome power can restore life to the world. The trees return to normal, huh? That Sakuya girl sure said some weird stuff. The village's spirits are being kept inside the fruit. That's the fruit. That girl said that. If you cut it down, the village will be restored. But it's awfully high up there. If you don't use some kind of special power, there's no way you're gonna reach it. This darkness is really getting to me, too. A lot can happen while you're taking a nap. Okay, you know what is a crime, though? You cannot get solar flare. Like, it does not transfer to New Game Plus. So you have to get them all again. It's an end game. Literally end game. Like, what if I wanted to keep solar flare? Huh? The coolest looking thing. Where are we? It got awfully quiet all of a sudden. I don't remember any place like this in the village. Well, we better keep our eyes peeled. You can use the right stick to look around. L1 changes your point of view. Boy, you really look so hopeless. You sure you're gonna be okay? Oh, I kind of like this. It's like the battle, like the fight camera. Hold on. That's an origin mirror. They say once your reflection appears on its surface, your memories will be stored in the mirror for all eternity. Well, to put it shortly, you could save your progress here, and let me give you a little advice. You should save a number of game files. That way you could always go back if you get stuck or something. Gotta be prepared, especially while you're learning the ropes. Yeah, hopefully it doesn't get corrupted again. Maybe that's what like turned me off of like replaying it, because it got corrupted. And I'm like, I do not wanna start this shit over. Oh no, wait. Inverted controls. Wait, I thought the other one was already, no. Oh, there you go. Controller. Okay, we're good. Look at all those pots just waiting to be broken. If you bust them, there might be something good inside. Press square. Way to go, my furry friend. You can do that anytime you see something you can break. Whoa, hold on there, Furball. Get a load of that. That chest looks mighty tempting. Let's go check it out. Getting up that high ought to be a piece of cake. Press X to jump. Then press X again to do a wall jump. But make sure you press it firmly so you jump really high. I knew you could do it. They say good luck is found in high places. So keep your eyes peeled. We don't want to miss any treasure. I will have to look up a guide. I will have to look up a guide for all the the beads. I forgot what they're called. I was about to say mighty beads. They're not called mighty beads. Because I think you get a weapon or something after you getting all of them. I was gonna call them holy beads, but that does not sound right either. The one thing I do also like about this game is that there's not a lot of grinding involved, you know, like maybe money, I guess. But there is an item from the Demon Fang guy that like if you go idle, you just get money. I mean, that's always nice, but I think I'm just gonna get it the normal way. Or by selling things that I don't really need. Looks like the bridge is out. This shouldn't be so hard. Amaterasu, was it? That's kind of long. Mind if I call you Ami? Listen, Ami, ever heard of the spirits of the brush? Good brushwork has its own soul. At least that's what they say. Just watch. It take all day to explain. A picture's worth 1,000 words, right? Nice, huh? Just a little technique I've mastered called rejuvenation. It's one of many brush techniques that use divine power. It's a brush god power that can restore broken or missing things. I practiced really hard just to master this one technique. But there are 13. Each one is a power of one of the 13 brush gods. Originally, all 13 were a single powerful deity. When the deity died, its power was split into 13 separate gods. The gods now dwell within objects all around us. But God or no God, how could anyone have the power to master all 13? River of the Heavens. The River of the Heavens? They mean the fabled Stardust River? But I sure don't see anything like that around here. It couldn't be that little puddle over there, could it? Wow, look at the stars twinkle. I haven't seen such a beautiful nighttime sky in ages. Hey, look. Are those stars forming a pattern, or is it just me? There's one missing. Guess I'll have to draw the missing star. Wow. Looks like I'm just not ready to draw missing stars. Press R1 to hold the brush. I sure spent a heck of a lot of time practicing that. I know triangle can make thicker strokes. Why would you want thicker strokes? I mean, yeah, maybe it depends on what you're drawing. He's pretty cool. Oh, why if it isn't another, I was about to say another Amaterasu? No, Mother Amaterasu. I apologize for not contacting you sooner during these long years. Having never forgotten you, I, Yomigami, god of restoration, have eagerly awaited this day when we could again meet. You know what I also appreciate? That these gods, like, they're just doing their own thing. Like, I know some of them, I know the bunny, the rabbit, like the moon rabbit, got swallowed by the Whopper. The Whopper. Kind of like isn't that like kind of, no, is that what happened in the fairy tale? The tall tale, the whatever. Is that what happened? It got eaten. Like, didn't the moon get eaten by a catfish or something? Whatever. This one's cool. Since I'm a rat, I love Tachigami, you know, because rat gang, Tachigami gang. While you were away, the 13 spirits of the brush that you once possessed, including myself, have been scattered across this land of men and now lie in disarray. The pig one, the boar, that one's pretty funny. I like that one. Bomb one. I became a constellation and managed to survive until now. The time has come for you to seek out and reunite all the techniques. Your power is what is needed to restore the dried riverbed of the heavens and renew the flow of stardust. Like, oh, Yomigami was the one smart one that stayed in, I don't even know where, I don't think this is heaven. Like, they have their own, like, celestial plane. Like, are we on the celestial plane right now? I mean, it seems like we're really high up. Wow, that was Yomigami, the god of rejuvenation. Wait, do you have the power of rejuvenation now? Can you really use it to restore the river of the heavens? That would mean you were as good with a brush as yours truly. Nah, couldn't be true. Who else could master this incredible god technique? Somebody used a celestial brush technique while I pressed the wrong button, because I've been playing so many games where it's like R1 is to dash or something. It's my bad. River of the Heavens. Wonder if drawing some stardust would get the river flowing again. Nah, it's one thing to fix a bridge, but fixing a starry river? There's no way you could pull off a stunt like that. And maybe this would be a time to, like, the triangle technique. Thick! Whoa! A river of stardust. Oh, I missed a spot. Now that just looks weird. The river of stardust. So this really must be the river of the heavens. But what I really want to know is who the heck drew the darn thing? Astral pouch. Look what you found, Furball. This astral pouch here is amazing. It can swallow up lots of food. Then when it's full, it can revive its owner if he or she dies. Like, where? Seems very convenient. Let's start feeding it with whatever food we can find around here. I know you can get multiple ones with like the upgrades. So I'm gonna have to, really the only thing we're gonna buy, I think besides weapons, because there's no armor in this game, besides weapons, I think we're gonna have to buy like food, not like food, but like the pet food or whatever it's called. Like, you know, the animal food? I do know you at least need some kind of food for the freaking cat for Kabegami. Like when you get all the way up there, you have to feed that cat. Is this the legendary shrine? We must be in the cave of Nagi. The legendary hero Nagi is enshrined here. He vanquished evil 100 years ago with the help of the white wolf Shiranui. First the river of the heavens and now this place. Where the heck are we? Boy, this place is a wreck. See, that sword's in really bad shape. The gods sure didn't do much to protect this place. That really was your brushwork all this time. How'd you get so good? Exactly who are you anyway? Hey, there's another constellation. This one looks like, That's right. Rat Gang. Tachigami Gang. Well. If it isn't Mother Amaterasu. It's been a long time, but with all these monsters around, the only place I could hide was in this shrine dedicated to ancient heroes. If there is anything I can do to assist you in your endeavors, I'm at your service. Make good use of this sword, as it was designed to conquer evil. Hey, that was the god Tachigami, master of the power slash technique. Wait a minute, if you're getting all these powers, then you're just like that Shiranui. You know, the wolf who fought and died alongside the great Nagi. When Shiranui died, the wolf's power was split into 13 brush gods. This is crazy. Shiranui and Nagi, it's just like the legend. Well, anyway, I've never seen this power slash technique myself. How about showing your stuff off on that boulder over there? Let me see you slice it in half by drawing a single line. I won't believe it until I see it. Wow! I didn't think you had it in you, Furball. I'm not even in the same league as you. Guess I really overestimated myself. Hey, Furball. Amaterasu, I've made up my mind. If you're Shiranui reborn, then that means you can master all 13 techniques, right? In that case, I think I'll tag along until I'm as good as you. Lucky you! No use trying to change my mind. There's no stopping me once I've made a decision. But enough about me. Now that you've mastered the power slash, you can cut down that thing Sakuya was talking about. Let's go back and give it a shot. We have to run all the way back there? Or are we already here, but like, we just needed the... Where'd they come from? Whatever. Draw first, ask questions later, right? You know that divine instrument you have on your back? Well, press square to use its power against them. I can't dodge yet, so that kind of sucks. Once you've caught them off guard and turned them black and white, or whatever, they're pretty easy for your brush, no matter how nasty they are. Grab your brush and give them a power slash. Oh, this one's coming back. Ink bottle. Fills one of the ink blots. Oh, we can't get demon fangs yet. Maybe that's an upgrade. There's like good things you get with demon fangs. There's like that one that lets you walk on lava. I think you need either water or lava. I can't remember. I know there's one that for lava. I don't know if there's one for water too. You know what's even crazier though? I don't know how. I don't know. Oh, there it is. Demon Fang. Fang forged in demonic hatred. Beautiful and deadly. Okay, you have to get them when, like, they're dying in, like, slow motion. Okay. Now I remember. But I never understood how I did it. But you can do the Izuna drop with, like, a counterattack, the shield counter. Like, if you have a reflector as your sub weapon, you can do, like, the shield counterattack. I had no idea how I did it, though. But I know if I ever pull it off, it's gonna look epic as fuck. I guess we do have to run all the way back there.